So, my lovelies, it was so good to see you all the other day. So fun to hang out. So, thanks for letting me come over. So, today we're going to be talking about utilizing sound healing for work productivity. And we're going to talk about some traditional things with sound healing, but also some more, some more contemporary ways to let music help you during your workday. I guess for you guys, because I can see everyone, let me change my view. No, I can see everyone. So for you guys, like, give me a thumbs up or down if you feel like, you already know that sound helps you out and uplifts your spirit, right? Cool. And then how many of you feel like you go to that to assist you? Like if you feel like you're not okay. Okay, good. Kind of, sort of, yeah. How many of you feel like music might send messages? Yeah, cool. Good. Okay. So you guys, I'm speaking to the choir.
At work, though. I know that movement and music and all that will help, but I don't think about doing it at work.
Good. Okay. And also, I guess, for us today, if you guys want to have paper nearby, because I will ask you a few questions so you can land some thoughts. I do want us to focus on some things that are stressing you out. So, for me, it's always the lucky three. I'm always working with three. But if there's just one thing that's really heavy on your heart, we want to focus on that today as well. So as we're working with the different sounds, you're getting some insights, because from my perspective, that's what's going on. Of course, all of us have challenges in our lives, things that we're facing, we're not sure about, but it's always a choice of kind of the frequency you sit on, and where the frequency you sit on yields how hopeful or how gloomy you are, and then the music helps elevate you. And so that's why it's really going to help us focus today on work productivity.
What did you say? You're always working on the same three, but choose one. What are those three things?
I'm sorry. No, I just wasn't clear. For me, I always work in threes.
Oh, threes. Okay.
Yeah. So then I was just noting that I always kind of say three things, but it doesn't have to be three.
Okay.
Just be one.
I thought I missed the category. I was supposed to write three things down.
Okay. And if you guys, I don't know if you have earbuds, because I'm going to share my sound with you and I've practiced, so I think you're going to be able to hear me well. But if there's, while we're kind of just getting here in the beginning, if you guys want to put in, earbuds or AirPods, earbuds. Okay. Well, otherwise it'll be okay. And through this, I want to address, because people do get really nervous about singing. I'm not going to make you sing. We're going to talk about sound. I'm going to sing a little bit to demonstrate some things for you, but I just want you to know, when we start moving into that, I think people get really triggered off that. So I just want you to know you're safe. It's fine. I know you're in the office. You can't bust out a tune, but I'm going to teach you some things to help you. Okay. So our quote here is: music expresses that which cannot be put into words, and that which cannot remain silent. Victor Hugo. I love that one. Okay, so classically, I feel like when you think about sound healing, your mind might go to one of these four. Okay, so Paul, what up, man?
He's trying to help me turn this down because he's trying to work while I'm...
Oh, okay. He's like, Lori is so loud. I'm just kidding. It's fine.
Oh.
Okay, so your mind might go to these classic ones. So chimes, gongs, singing bowls, also crystal bowls, and drums. So with these, for me, if you guys go to a yoga class or meditation, there's going to be sounds, and the world of like music therapy, sound healing, alternative arts, from our perspective as practitioners, it is all about the different frequencies we sit at. And so these tools are ancient, and they generally are made of natural material, which is another thing that matters, is this natural sound that's coming off. So the chimes and the gong, singing bowl, and the drum. I'm actually have these sounds for you guys to hear. I'm just thinking how to access it. I've got to maybe
Lori, can
minimizes.
you explain what you mean by the frequency?
Sure. That I have a slide coming up that might make sense more, but I'm feeling the best way to say it. That we all know music has the power to bring us down. Like if we're listening to something sad or something angry, it's frequency of emotion from my perspective. And so when I say frequency, we're always kind of in this spiral of frequency. And so if you're lower, a lower frequency is going to yield a certain emotional state. And then again, like your thoughts are like adding into that, and your feeling states are adding into that. And so then as you listen to music that uplifts, then you kind of start going up that frequency spiral to where you can feel more hopeful or joyous. And Elizabeth, would you add anything to that?
Well, I'm curious about stress. And is that a low frequency or any particular frequency or high frequency?
It's low frequency because it's worry, right? So when we're worried, because we don't know the future, but nobody knows the future. And so I feel, stress is an individual who is not in their positivity and is allowing, because if you worry and you don't know what's going to happen next, and you forget that every human being on the planet is in that situation every moment of every day, then you kind of give away your power to this thing that might not even happen. But it takes a lot of training to recognize that and stop it.
So does a low frequency, does a low frequency always correlate with negative emotions?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. From my perspective, yes. And
so you're going to teach us how to use music to increase our frequency.
Yes.
Okay.
And to know that that's an option.
Yeah. Okay.
Like this is like a higher level conversation, but you guys will, you get it. So yeah. Okay. And Elizabeth, would you add it? Because, you do sound healing. So
I haven't studied it. I've just been, the last year exposed to it. So I'm using it. Yes, it's definitely made a difference in my emotions and my, I guess the ability to release those emotions. Mm-hmm. Once and for all, I would say that I haven't found, my circumstances changed drastically. So I have not been around the people that the emotions were really in connection to. However, those emotions are no longer coming through for me or through me, mm-hmm. not for me, because they really weren't for me. But my emotions have released through the sound healing.
Really beautiful. And what drew you to it?
The first exposure that I had, I've listened to music my whole life and sang and all of that. But last year when I went on the dolphin swim retreat, there was a woman, Geraldine Glass, who had some alchemy crystal sound healing bowls. And there was a guy who had a harp. And then there was another woman who had some Tibetan metal bowl. But Geraldine had the alchemy crystal bowls. And the day she brought those on the boat, so literally we had 6 days on a boat looking for dolphins to swim in the water with them. And the day we had the crystal bowls and the harp, we had more dolphins than any other day because she was playing those bowls and he was starting the harp, but the wind would play the harp and oh my gosh, it was just like
That's so
and of
cool.
course I could feel that sound. I could feel the vibration in my body. So then Geraldine was doing a Sacred Science of Sound 3-day educational thing in LA last year, which was a year ago this week that I was there. And I learned all about the science behind the bowls, tuning forks, sound in general. There's a guy, Barry Goldwater, I think is his last name, that anyway, it's just amazing. So yesterday on election day, I played the heart codes, the Barry CDs, so that I had positive, high frequency sound and music playing around me. Well, on Monday. Mm-hmm. Yesterday, I kept it playing for the dogs. It was still that way when I got home. So anyway, yes, I have been greatly impacted. And then I was exposed to the frame drum with Karen Renee, which is how I met Lori. So yeah, I've known about these things, but I never experienced it.
Right.
Before last year.
No, I love that. I love that share. I know, because you're doing the balls. I wanted you to talk about
so now
that.
I have I have 2 of my own bowls. I have 3 bowls. One's a Tibetan metal bowl and 2 crystal alchemy bowls and a frame drum and an ocean drum. So I have 2 drums. And then I have my daddy's little bitty drum when he was a little boy.
Damn, I love that.
Aww.
Well, do you guys, anyone else want to share anything as far as like your experience with anything like Elizabeth was sharing? Have you guys, like, especially with animals, like, you know, your story with the dolphins and them being attracted to the sound is so beautiful. And obviously it's the universal language. We all know that. So does anyone else want to share anything about your experience with sound?
Well, you mentioned animals. Our dog, he will, like, as soon as Josh plays the guitar and sings, and I don't know if any of y'all have heard him, but he's very passionate and like loud when he sings. And so, like, if we were to all just sit there and we're listening to him playing, it would probably be like, okay, you need to tone it down a little bit, but not to the dog. Never. The dog will just automatically like lay down on the floor wherever he's at, and he just like passes out. He loves it. He just like loves it. I mean, like, because sometimes I'll be like, "Gosh, I'm getting a headache. Can you just like not for a minute?" And then the dog's just laying there like he doesn't care at all. He just loves it. So
that's so sweet.
Animals are really in tune with all of that stuff.
Yes.
Like they know, and I believe in that. Like with everything you were saying about the frequencies, and it totally makes sense with the dolphins, Elizabeth. But they're really in tune with all of that.
Right.
Yeah, I totally believe in all of that with the animals and everything.
Good, guys. Awesome. Okay, so then I'm going to play all these sounds. So I think I have to stop sharing to play this for you. So hang on, stop share. And then I'm going to just play this for you. So it's the 3 sounds we just talked about. So hang on. So wind chimes. And this is moving into gongs.
I'm not hearing anything.
Me either.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Hang on. Thanks for telling me. Maybe when I stopped share, it killed the.
I heard the chimes in the beginning.
Oh, the gong must be then low. Let's see. I was about to pause anyway. Hang on. Let's go back a little bit. Okay. Could y'all hear me raising volume just then? No? Okay, hang on. Well, okay. Let's try this. Share desktop. Okay, got it. And let me double check. Yeah, share sound. Okay, here we go. Sorry, let's start over. So we're going to be doing those 3 sounds. First one is wind chimes into gongs into Tibetan singing bowl. And what I want you guys to think about as we have pausing and kind of regrouping here, like take stock of how you feel right now. And that could be anything. It's like, well, Lori, I have a headache and I've had a headache since 9 a.m. or, my stomach's tight, or, we have to kind of start realizing that we can take an assessment of how we are feeling inside, tight, open. That's why I'm always starting my day with meditation, because I think by default we close up. And so we always want to open up and know that we're safe opening up. And so the music, you guys will notice, it's just a minute long, but it does, when I listen to it, it opens me more. So I just want you to be cognizant of that as we're listening. You hear it? Okay, so let me stop that. And then I'll go back to sharing. Stop share.
What was that third noise?
It was a singing bowl, a Tibetan singing bowl.
I like that. The vibrato was very calming. I don't know. I like that.
Good. Yeah, no, it's so beautiful. It's made of a tin. It's really beautiful. Oh no, are y'all there? Oh, my computer froze. Okay, we're back. All right. So with the drum, Karen Renee and I worked together in doing classes, and that's Elizabeth's already told you guys that's how I met Elizabeth originally. And so with the frame drum, it's funny because she would always teach us about the importance of the frame drum, and then I would follow with meditation. And so today, I just want to demonstrate the frame drum to you guys and what Elizabeth and I know about its importance. And I've got it here with me. Sorry, I'm backing up. Okay, so the one thing about this is that I have my microphone on, so I'm not sure what to do. First, let me just show you. Okay, so this is a frame drum. It's open. So sometimes I'll drum over my clients if I feel like they need it. And from my perspective, again, this is natural material that when you play it, that frequency again does open and uplift the body. And I'm going to show you in a minute in another slide how our body is 60% water, and sound waves travel through water. So we have to understand, similar to, I don't remember the doctor's name that did the experiment on water. Are y'all familiar with that? Do you know what I'm talking about? No. Okay. That was the side tangent. So we won't get into that since I don't have a slide for it. But so when you're drumming, it's got different sounds. But the thing that Karen Renee, our friend, teaches that's so beautiful is that our voice is encoded for our own upliftment and balance. And this is something that is not common for anyone to think about, but it's so beautiful. And like Elizabeth and I know the power of it, and I know it'll translate some to you guys, but maybe next time I'm around, I can bring my drum in so you guys can do it in person. So what you do is you face your voice into the drum and it echoes. And so what people do that use this as a tool for emotional balance is that they would sing into the drum in the morning and in the evening, or if you have a stomach ache, you would drum over the stomach ache, that type of thing, again, because it's activating the frequency of your essence, and that is like the best thing you can do to help yourself. So then I'm gonna sing into this, but I'm not really sure what to do with my mic, so I'm gonna raise my mic up so you guys aren't blown out, okay? And if this doesn't work, we can adjust. So can y'all hear me a little bit right now? Okay, so I'm going to sing into it to show you, okay? Now, again, when y'all get one of these, if and when, it's not really about being pretty. It's about just connecting to what you're feeling you need to do, right? And I'm going to actually turn away from you so y'all hear the sound coming at the computer, okay? Or I guess it's coming from my earphones. Okay, hang on. Can you hear me? Okay. There's a sweet spot in the drum, and when you have it, you can kind of move around, and you all of a sudden it's like you connect with the corner of the drum, and it reverberates back at you. And that's the whole thing, that it's like your authentic sound going into this natural material and reverberating back to you is what aligns and uplifts you, okay? And then if you wanted to go higher, you could. So. And then you'll feel that you're up leveled and you're feeling like really good, And then the drumming over yourself, you would just, whatever you're feeling, you can tap it. Also, tapping. Again, I sing into it mostly, so I'm not like good at drumming it out. But our friend Karen Renee, she's a master, and she teaches people how to use it. So if you guys are interested in that, you can talk to me or Elizabeth about understanding more. So I just wanted you guys to know, like, little intro to it. So I know these are not the things you have on your desk at work, and this talk is about productivity. So we're moving kind of from the ancient tradition of sound healing into like what you can actually do in a day to help yourself. Yeah.
Can you move your microphone back down?
Thanks, babe.
Thank you.
Did you hear any of that?
Yeah.
I just said, okay.
Yeah, it's just not
easier to hear me now.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so like to reiterate, we're gonna do something more contemporary because you guys don't have a drum that you're banging on at your desk,
So I know the little story about the doctor in the water. If you it's Dr. Ito, I think is his name, and what he did. Do y'all know about him? So he did a research project on water. And what he did was he put words on water, and then he froze the water to put it under a microscope to see what the water looked like after it froze with those particular words. So he used words: love, hate, anger, peace. I don't know all the words, but lots of words that had a positive or negative to them. When he froze them, and after he studied them, put them under a microscope, all the words that had love and peace and beauty and all of that had these beautiful crystal patterns and shapes to them. And any of the words that were love or hate and anger and negative were blobs of black ice. So it's the words impact the vibration of the water, which we're actually like 80 something % water. And so whatever words, whatever sound, whatever anything, it impacts our vibration, our energy level.
Totally. And it's beautiful, you guys. And that's a good thing for me to know that does need to be added to this talk. And so when we get off, I could even send y'all a link to it, or you can Google it later today. I'll just make a note to send you the link to, there's a YouTube channel where you can watch it, and it's really, really beautiful. Thanks, Elizabeth. I always feel bad when I don't remember his name. So I'm always like, oh, Ito, Dr. Ito. And he was Japanese, right? So yeah. Okay. And so we're going back. Let's see. Screen share. Okay.
This stuff is so fascinating to me. I just am so interested in it.
It is so cool.
And watch a whole documentary series on this stuff right now.
You can find a lot out there. And Geraldine Glass even has a Tune Up Tuesdays. You can go to her YouTube channel, and she does a singing bowl, 15-minute meditation thing on Tuesday mornings.
Tune Up Tuesday. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Our friend that we mutually know, Karen Renee, she talked about her own journey, and that she was working, making music digitized, and that she started realizing that it was taking away its healing components for us, because it's different frequencies resonate with us, our mental states and our bodies more. I'm not an expert on it, but there's definitely it's like a hertz number that the digital music kind of hampers us, whereas like there is a tone of love, there's a tone of peace, and so as you're moving through this and learning more, that's another interesting piece about the vibration and the sound and the frequency.
Yeah, you can find the higher lower hertz measurement music on YouTube, all kinds of it.
Yeah. And even music that aligns you to the dolphins, right? Because they're at a certain hertz too.
Yeah. They hear or communicate at a frequency. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and here we are. So it's about this, really, if you drop a stone into water and it ripples, it's giving that visual component of how the ripples keep going, and those ripples are in us. So when we're talking about what you're hearing or what you're saying to yourself, it is moving through the water that is your body, and that's why, all through the time we've been working together, I'm always telling you, go higher, find positivity, do something, because it goes back to this, you're the one who's in control of your inner world, and I know it sometimes doesn't seem like that, but you're the only one who can make the decision, to start moving toward listening to a good song. Okay, so for productivity's sake, we're going to talk about a morning uplift, a daytime focus, and an evening relax. Okay, and this is giving you some different components of how I look at music and how I want you guys to start considering these different pieces. Okay, so for the morning uplift. Okay, so it's all about getting yourself revved up, right? And so you can sing in the shower, which I'm sure some of you do. And if you don't, you should start letting yourself sing in the shower. And I also say, again, singing really does trigger people. So if you're not comfortable singing, you can sing in your head, as most of us do, Also, humming or whistling. Now, I can't whistle, but humming is really helpful, and I'm actually going to teach you guys a way. I'm a trained singer, so a way to think about humming that will activate, will give your body more resonance. And so we're going to do that in just a sec, and then singing your favorite uplifting song. So again, for mindfulness, and I know y'all know every time we talk, I'm getting you to think through things, so you've kind of decided what will help you when something crazy happens, right? So it's like, do you have your 3 songs to listen to? Like that has to be something you think about before you're plummeting. Because if you're plummeting, so I do want us to think about, do you have a favorite uplifting song? And if you don't know what those are, then, we're going to take some time for you to figure it out. Okay, so for the humming today, I want you, and again, I'm going to ask you to make sound, but I'm not going to make you sing. Okay, so you guys can do it in where you are. So let me try to get where you can see my throat. Okay, so first, we're just going to hum. So just hum however you're comfortable. So, and all that means is you're allowing sound in your throat, but you're not opening your mouth, right? So someone who hums is bashful to kind of make it more. It's kind of clamped down at your throat. So you're going to try it again. It's down here. Okay, so now as someone who's a singer, we know we have to open all this up and basically get it where the sound's coming right at our lips. So what that looks like is you open almost like there's a ball in your throat, and then you can direct it toward your lips. So it's almost like you lift the soft palate of your inner throat, and you let the sound hit your lips. And you can even put your finger on your lips. Now, obviously, this opens up your whole face, right? It's a lot. Do you guys feel the difference from where we started to just doing those two things? So soft palate lift, where that little wiggly dude is in your throat, right? Lift, and then to your lips. So that's the first thing we want to do. Now I want you guys to think. So singing Om or humming Om. Om is just a really beautiful high frequency sound. And again, like we've been talking about, you can get on YouTube if you don't want to hum Om. You can get on YouTube and do it. But for our demonstration today, hang on, let me just. Okay. With your mouth shut, we're going to do Om, but you're not going to sing it. Okay. So like someone who's singing it will go, so I opened here and then I went oh, and then I closed my lips to right? So, but I know y'all might not be comfortable doing that in the office right now. So again, just watch me for the singing part. Now we can do this without singing, right? So I'm going to request you guys try this. So keeping your lips closed, you can, so without opening your mouth. So opening the soft palate. Let's do 3. So just with your mouth closed, lips closed, sorry. And one more. Good. Now with the next one, so we just blend, it's 3 different sounds that you blend into one. So we just did and then we want to go oh. So let me feel this. Hang on. It's almost like from it's like you bring it to your jawline. So let's try this. So go and then oh again with your lips closed. So so it does kind of collapse the mouth, but the focus is more on the jaw. Okay, so let's try it again. So to o. And then is really just at your lips. So let's blend these 3 together. I think it'll be easier for you guys to feel it when we blend them. So starting with then move into O when you're comfortable, then with your lips closed. So breathing out and start when you're ready. One more. How'd you guys do? You're like kind of sort of maybe check in on your body.
My lips tickle.
Yeah, good. 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 That's right. That's right. You're doing it right. Now, let's say you don't want to be doing all this humming. So this is another thing singers do. That's a really good thing that'll help you the same way. So I'm going to lift this up so I don't blow you out. We'll go. And it's all about getting your sound forward, but it's also a pressure release. So sometimes I'll catch myself if I'm stressed and I'm like, oh, you kind of want to go like that. And instead I'll go, because I know it's getting me up here and it's resonating my face. So that's something you can try too. Okay, so you guys are good. Do you have uplifting songs that you know you love? Like off the top of your head? Yeah. Okay. We're going to take some time in our little worksheet section to fill it in so then you know, oh, these are the things I need to work on. Okay, so daytime focus. This is coming to you guys and your day. So what we just did was, basically uplifting your morning, and then now you're at the office. Now you have tasks to do. So I want to suggest you guys think about songs that match your task. So like if I hate painting, but if I have to paint my apartment, then I'm going to turn on some, get up and dance, shake your moneymaker kind of music, right? Because that'll help me get through it quicker, right? So for y'all, and this is personal. This is you asking yourself these questions. So I've got 3 things to think about. So one is, let's just know this is an example of just anyone in business. So when you write an email, all of us are writing emails, and a positive outcome of the best email is like a balanced tone, right? All of us have gotten an email that felt passive aggressive, right? So if you're stressed and you're just shooting emails out, you actually don't want that. You want balanced tone in your emails. And so then it's about, okay, if this is something you do most of your day, then you'd want to know what songs help me feel balanced, right? Not, egg me on. Then if, let's say, I know most of you guys are helping other people. So you're answering phones, you're helping people with challenges and your clients. So it's a receptive tone in helping others. So I'm the same way. I have to keep myself in a certain frame of mind to do these classes or to do the private work I do. And that's a receptive tone. And to me, a receptive tone is, something that makes you feel supported, and so that you're allowed to open up more to help people, because if you don't feel, it really does go back to the oxygen mask on you first, because if you don't feel like you can give people what they need, then it's gonna end up hurting you more, so again, to me, a receptive tone would be something like, we'll talk about it when we do the workshop, but like What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong is like the song that melts my heart no matter what. And I know that, or like Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And I know those are classic and a little cheesy, but we all know that it opens you up and makes you feel like, oh, I am full of love and light, and I can help this person easily and joyously, so it's like that. And then a creative tone for a brainstorming idea. So for me, a lot of stuff I do is very creative. And so, yeah, I need to kind of feel like I'm, dancing on Saturn rings or something when I'm trying to do. And for that, it might be electronica or, dance music. It just, again, it depends on what resonates for you. And so we have a worksheet coming up. Okay, so I want you guys to think about the 3 tasks you do every day. So I have examples here for one. So helping people. And it can be, it can be, what's on your task list and the things that you're constantly doing. So answering phones, we know you guys are doing that. Interviewing, So you guys land what those things are. I'll tell you a quick story while y'all are writing your stuff down. That I went into, there's a local auto mechanic shop near me that my family goes to all the time. And we always have a lot of cars. And so there's always kind of something happening with cars. And so I was used to going in there, and it was kind of classic, grungy, dirty, Metallica playing, just kind of that kind of a feel, right? And that's classic, kind of when you start thinking about industry and the feelings of industry, there's stereotypes, and it matches, So this one day I go in, and there had been some new management, and there was classical music playing, and I just stood in the waiting room like, what is happening? It was such a polar opposite of what I had experienced when I'd go in. And I said, oh my gosh, you guys, it's amazing. You're listening to classical music. This is beautiful. And they're like, the guy said, oh yeah. Like Ronnie, the head mechanic, realized he was getting really mad, and he figured it was the music. And that everything became more harmonious. Now I know that sounds like I'm being a little like, what's the word? Like, I'm downing a certain kind of music. I'm not. I just think we need to know the music behind whatever we're doing is going to yield a certain result. So if you want to be, if I have to renovate a house, then yeah, maybe I should listen to Metallica. But if you need
to do demolition.
Yeah.
But it's that also, isn't it the intention that goes into the music when they're writing, singing, playing it? Mm-hmm. What was there? What are those words?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that we can feel that. Exactly. So with your tasks, okay, I want you guys to think about, so our second column is what feeling would help you complete this task. So for me, if I'm helping people, then how I'm going to help them the best is if I feel very supported. So that's my answer. You might have a different answer. And if you've never thought of this, it's going to take a couple of days for you to come up with what you think is the best thing. So you can focus on one, or if you want to do all three, you can. So let's just give you a moment to consider, okay, if I'm doing this, if I'm answering the phone, what would make me feel better in answering the phone? I think feeling uplifted, jovial, not afraid of what the person on the other end is going to say to you. I've done almost every job under the sun, so I know what that feels like. You constantly feel like you're being bombarded by things. Then you feel like you probably need some protection. And in a way, if you're stuck and you feel comfortable talking about it, I'm happy to talk about it. If you want to say, okay, well, this is what I have on my list, but I don't know, and I can help you.
And is there a way to use our search terms like protection or uplifting or whatever, and find songs? Because I never can think. I'm not good at thinking of the titles or even the singers' names.
I love that. I don't know for sure. Because I'll just get on Spotify and you know what I do? This is different, but I like what you're saying, and I can research if it's possible. I have Shazam on my phone. Y'all know Shazam, the app?
Yep, I love Shazam.
So that's how I end up clocking my songs, because I'll be out and I'll be like, oh, I love that one. I have no idea who that is, and that's how I've done it. But for the purposes of like after this call and you guys figuring it out, I don't know for sure. I think I would just probably go on Spotify and search. Yeah, peaceful, supported.
Okay, all right.
But, yeah, let me make a note of that.
They have different playlists on Spotify and like other ones that you can like type in your mood, and or go to like the mood playlist, and they have like different playlists for every type of mood you can think of.
Right. And of course, we know this in our life. Like, that's why there's the waiting music on the phone so people don't lose it. You know what I mean? Like, we there's so many ways this is happening in our everyday. So you guys feel good about what feeling would help you complete the task? Yeah. Okay. And so then it's about, so third column is, okay, what are the songs? And like, I've already used What a Wonderful World. Like Modest Mouse is, I just, that's how I've clocked it, is really through Shazam, because I'm not a huge music junkie, so I'm not constantly listening to it. But I think now that you guys know, you'll start collecting the songs that are best for you.
I actually had playlists for different things. Yesterday, I was searching through them in the morning, and I came across the one I made for the 2020 vision board get together that I had at my house. Mm-hmm. And so I started playing that because it was all about positive vision, new dreaming, and all that stuff. And I actually sent it to all the people that were there. Mm-hmm. So on a day that lots of people were feeling stress, I wanted to send out positive, encouraging, futuristic perspective.
Yes. Good. Okay, guys. So moving on. Okay, so then for the evening relaxation, I would want you to know the songs that relax you and that you know to listen with your heart. And I know this sounds cheesy, but honestly, all this is about opening your heart. And so if you know, you can actually listen to a song with your heart, and we're going to practice it. I know we're kind of crunched on time, but we're still going to have time to practice listening. But I think that's the biggest thing. So for evening, I want to, request you guys consider relaxing songs. It can be something you listen to in the car ride home or once you get home. I know everyone's life is hectic, but this is, I think that transition from like your day into like your home life is really important, that you take some time and kind of say, okay, it's bookending that section so it doesn't spill over, and all of us are guilty of letting like work stress and stuff that's going on kind of get into our personal time at home. And like, even for me, like right now I'm in my living room of my house, so I just have to have really good boundaries on what's going on. But the music obviously, will help you. So do you guys know of a song that relaxes you right now?
I think music in general for me is whatever, I listen to different channels. I go, 70s and 80s and what's now and what's new and back and forth.
Right.
But I also have over the years, because I have typically commuted. This is the shortest commute I've had, but I use that time for phone calls so that when I'm home, I'm at home.
Yeah.
And it's sort of completing the busy. I mean, I do talk on the phone at home more now than because I lived so far away and didn't have cell service. So I've had that transition of time to let go of the day and then be home. But I haven't thought about it with specific songs. So I will think about that.
Cool. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So then this is the wild card when I love you guys. When a song gets stuck in your head, you cannot dismiss it. Okay. Mm-hmm. It does have a message, and that might be really annoying to hear from me, but it does have a message. And so like, for instance, like, when you're praying about something, you're asking spirit to help you or God or whatever resonates for you. You're asking for information and insight. Well, so then you get a song stuck in your head and then you think, God, this is so weird. Why is this song stuck in my head? But I gave you 2 examples of like what has actually happened to me. So I was praying about a relationship that was rocky and the song that kept coming up was These Boots Are Made for Walking by, is it Frank? Well, I know Frank Sinatra's daughter. What's her name?
Nancy.
And it is an old song, which is totally weird too, because it's not like it's popular for me know, but I'm singing these boots are made for walking, you know, and I'm like jamming out. And then I realized, oh, I'm going to walk all over him. It's over, done, you know? And so realizing don't dismiss the things that are rolling in your head, you know? And then the other one, this was funny, praying for courage. Now, the truth is there is a movie on Netflix called I Am Woman, and it is the story of Helen Reddy. And
yep, I just watched it.
I am woman, you know, hear me roar. And so that is an old song. I did just watch that movie. So someone who isn't really trying to take in the world as assistance would just say, oh, I'm singing that song because I watched that movie. But I was asking for courage. And the lyrics of that song is, I am woman, hear me roar. So it's my bad if I don't take that as like a, let's go, you know? So just play around with the things that get stuck in your head. Okay. Do you guys, I mean, do you feel me? Some of you started laughing. So you know that.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay.
Yeah, but I never took it as a message. I've just thought, oh, I must have heard that yesterday and wasn't conscious of it, or the tune is catchy, or I've dismissed it as far as it having some message for me.
Cool.
It's a lot of sense, though. I mean, because if you're open to, you know, receiving all of that, then you'll receive clarity too, you know, so you'll get clarity with whatever you were, you know, praying about or, you know, talking about. So
right. And I just think that like God is very clever. So like the song thing, because it is like we're a jukebox playing a certain song, you know, like, because there's been times in my life where I felt sad and I'd be like, there's a tear in my beer kind of vibe, or, you know, country road, take me home, you know, that kind of stuff. And you end up feeling like that. You act like that. You're in the places where that's being played, you know? So yeah, I've always thought of myself as a jukebox for sure. So
that is fun. That's cute.
Good. Okay. So let's check on our time, guys. We've got 2 minutes. I wanted to play just a little bit. I'm going to play it for a minute and then we'll close. Okay. I'm sorry I was late, guys.
No problem.
All right. So let me.
Is that dot following you? Yes, it is.
It is. Yeah. I'm like.
Amber.
Okay. So don't turn off your videos. Just kind of relax. You can turn off it's just going to be a minute. So you can turn off your, let's just listen. So with this, I'm going to play this song and I just want you to hear it with your heart. Imagine your heart has ears. Hear it? Sorry, lovelies. So it's noon and I adore y'all. And we're going to do it at 2 too. So, you know, you want to take some time to figure out the songs. Thank you guys. Love y'all. I hope you have a good day.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.